So let's go to this second one, because this is where the main work is, right? So full live projection. So once we click on it, then it's going to load our, this is like our console. This is like a church media console. I'm going to run us through how it works. So from here, we have the exit button. So this is exit and this is end. So there is difference between the two. So this exit means you are still on your session, but maybe you want to go and do something outside. You can just click on exit. It's going to keep everything, all the settings you have, everything you've configured, it's going to keep it for you. But if you click on end session, that means you are done with your session. So that means you are done. Everything that you saved, they are gone. So the reason why we made this exit and end session is because, as a media team, maybe on Thursday, pastor has already sent you all the Bible verses that he wants to quote, and the choir has already sent their own song as well. And then you want to do it maybe from your own computer. You don't have to go to church to do it. You can just log in ShommyXConsole.com, or churchconsole.com. You can just log in and then do everything, even from your phone. You can configure everything from your phone. And then once you are done, just click on exit and sign out. It's going to keep everything for you. Then by Sunday morning, boom, all your things are there already. You just open it on any computer as well and then start projecting. But once you are done and you click on end session, it means everything will be gone, will be wiped gone. So it will give you like a fresh console. And then another thing, if you point your mouse at any button, it will tell you what that button is doing. So this one, as you can see, return to sermons. If you point your mouth to it, it's going to explain to you what that thing is doing. Any button in this console. So from here, so let's explain it. Here we have Bible. That means you want to do Bible. Here we have lyrics. That means you want to do lyrics. Here we have presentation. That means you want to project a presentation. And then this place is going to tell you your usage. It's going to show you your usage. And then the mode right here. So this mode, there are 3 modes. We have auto, we have assist, and we have manual. So the auto, it means once you activate it, as pastor is saying, John chapter 3 verse 16, boom, it's going to come directly to the projector on the screen. It's going to go directly to the screen. So that means it's automatic, right? So, but if you choose assist, if pastor say, Isaiah 3 verse 5 is going to come to preview for you to approve it before it goes to the projector. So that one is assist. You are assisting the AI. And then we have the manual, of course. As you can see, whatever that I've been saying, all the Bible verses that I've been quoting, it's not showing them on the projector because it's a manual, right? And then right here we have open display. So this is, you want to monitor what is going on the screen. So you can click on it. It will show you everything that is going on the screen. As you can see, there is nothing on the projector right now. It's showing blank. And then right here, this is send a message to the projector, right? So send a message means, good day everyone. Who parked the black car? So once you send it, it's going to go directly to the projector. As you can see, it's there already. So if you open the display, it's there. Maybe pastor is preaching, you can send a message on the screen to the house, right? So let's cancel that. Let's stop it. So you can stop it from here. So that is what it does, send a message. And then there's a way we can configure it, to make it look so nice. We get there when we get to the settings. We will get there when we get to these settings. I will explain these settings in another video, right? So, so right here we have the sermon note. We've covered everything at the top, right? So let's move to the second panel. We have the sermon note. The sermon note is different from the mode. So, and they work independently. So you can turn on the mode if you don't want to capture the sermon note. So you can say, oh, you just want to put it in auto mode, whereby if pastor is preaching, it will be capturing pastor's verses, the way pastor is mentioning the verses, right? But it won't capture the sermon note, right? Because they work independently. And you can say, oh no, you just want to work manual, you want to be projecting manually, but you want to have your sermon note captured. So you can turn on the sermon note. And then you can do it in between the service as well. You can say, oh, let me pause the sermon note, let me start it, let me stop it in between. As well, the mode as well, you can turn it on, you can turn it off in between the service. And then next one is the preview. The preview, I mentioned it the other time. So the preview basically just means we are previewing something before we send it to the projector. This is the live, active, that whatever that is showing in our projector, this is where it's going to show, right? So if it's in auto mode, everything is going directly to the projector. But if it is in assist mode, yes, it's going to come to the preview first before it goes to the projector. And then we have the replay. I'll explain that. I'll explain the replay later. So we've covered the first panel, this first panel, and then the second panel. So let's go to the last panel at the bottom here. So we have the verse lookup. Of course, Revelation 3 verse 4. You can just type RE. RE 3 space 4. Or as you can see, you don't have to type Revelation. As you can see, I just type RE3 4, then find. He's very smart. He knows that you're looking for Revelation, right? So what else again can we type? And you can do, let's say Matthew 5, 1 to 5. So if you do that, it's gonna show you Matthew chapter 5, verse 1 to 5. Right. So this is where you can search for your Bible verse. And then once you search for it, if you press one enter, it's gonna put it in the preview for you. So let's say I search for Genesis 3 verse 1. If I press one enter, it's gonna put it in our preview. But if I search and I press 2 enters, let's say Genesis 3 verse 11, I do boom. So that means even if you want to work manually, you can even work very fast with this console. So you press 2 enter, bam, there, it's there on the projector instantly. But if you press 1 enter once, it's going to show in your preview. So that one is verse lookup. And then if you cleared everything right here, it's going to show you all your history, the reasons thing you display. It's going to show you right here. As you can see, as I search for Genesis 3 verse 11, it put it there for me. Genesis 3 verse 1, Matthew 4 1 5, Revelation 3 verse 4. These are the last thing that I search for. It has helped me to put it there. So in case if you search for something, you have it here. And once you just point your mouse into it, it will show you that the context of what that thing is. And then if you want to bring it back later, just click on it. Boom, it's there. It's there on the screen. So easy, right? So that one is verse lookup. So next one is phrase search. Let's say the pastor said, "For God so loved the world." So this basically is just like a manual of this our AI. So this is you doing it manually, because if pastor call a verse like "For God so loved the world," and you do for God so, all the verses that is related to "For God so loved the world," it's going to help you to put it here, and then you can click on boom, display. It's going to go on the screen. But if it is in the AI mode, as Pastor is mentioning it, it's going directly on the screen. So that's why I said this is like AI mode, and then this one is like a manual, because you are the one searching for the phrase yourself. So that's how that one works as well. So I said I want to show us the work of that replay the other time. So right here, we don't need this thing on the screen again. Let's assume we don't need it on the screen again. We can click on hide. So as you can see, it's going to stop showing on the projector. And then let's say, oh, we need it again. Once you click on replay, it's going to show that last thing that you just projected. So that one is for that. And then right here, we have the previous and we have the nests. So you can either use this button to be going previous and next, or you can use the arrow key on your keyboard. I'm using the arrow key on my keyboard right now to do boom, verse 19. This you're doing it manually. I'm using the arrow key on my keyboard to do it. But you can click on this button as well. It will go to the previous verse and next verse. And then right here we have the to zoom out and then to zoom in. So to zoom out, zoom out whatever thing that is showing on your screen. But this one is just for your preview alone. It doesn't affect the projector at all. So this is just for your preview. It doesn't affect the projector, what is showing on the projector. This is just for your own view right here. If you want to change whatever that is affecting the projector, we are going to get to that. Everything is in settings, right? So, but this one is just for your preview. And then we have the full and then the lower third. So the full one is going to display as a full on the screen. Let me open the display. As you can see, this is the full one showing as full on the screen on the projector. And if we choose the lower third, it's going to show as lower third. It's just going to put it there for you down there, while pastor can still be preaching, we can still be seeing pastor, right? So let's return it back to full. So and here you can choose your version, your Bible version, KJV, different versions right here. So the next one that we have is see also. So this see also is a very cool feature that we had it. So let's say we projected Revelation 4 verse 11. Revelation 4 verse 11, right? It's going to show us everything that is related with Revelation 4 verse 11. It's just like a reference, right? The way we have references in the Bible. So this verse right here, pastor might even be preaching, and the pastor quoted a verse, and then as a media team, we saw that, Colossians 1 verses 16 to 17 is related to whatever pastor is saying. You can put it on the screen, put it on the screen or the lower third for the pastor. Pastor will know that, you are working with me in the spirit. Because whatever pastor, anything that goes here on the screen, all the verses that is related, that reference that verse, it has helped you to put it there, which you can use just boom. And then next here we have queue. So this way you can queue your verses, right? Let's say pastor has given you 10 verses that you want to preach about, you want to talk about, you want to quote. Like I mentioned, before even Sunday, you can come to the console and queue all of them. So how do you queue? So if you point to any of the verses, once you search for any verse and you point to any of the verses, as you can see, do you see this green thing? This plus green thing. So once you click on it, it's going to queue it for you right here. So if you click on it, boom, it is queuing it. So you can search for another thing as well. Let's say Genesis 3 verse 5. Then you can queue it as well. We've queued that one too, you can queue as much as possible. So when pastor start preaching, just click it, boom, it's on the screen already. And then we have key point. So this key point is as pastor is preaching. So if the mode is an auto or is an assist, as pastor is preaching, this will be helping you automatically to generate key points every 5 minutes. A very, well structured key points every 5 minutes is gonna appear here, and then you can click on it, boom, and put it on the screen. So that one is that, and then the last but not the least, you're gonna have to shift. Last but not the least, this is the AI verse pickup. So anytime we are using the AI, all the paraphrases that the pastor is saying, he's gonna be putting them here, and then he's gonna be putting them here, showing them live, but he's gonna be storing them right here. So let's try it. I'm gonna turn on the sermon note, and then I'm gonna put the mode into auto so that we can see what we're talking about. So the mode is right now it's in auto. So whatever verse that I call is going to start appearing on the projector. But another thing that I also want to show us is this sermon note, right? So let's turn on the sermon note as well. Sermon note. Let's say Pastor Max, and then the power of prayer, the sermon title, right? So let's start capturing. So anything we say right now is going to be doing two things. Number one is going to be, as you can see, there's a lot of things on the screen right now. So it's going to be capturing our sermon notes live and direct. And then whatever verse that we mention, because it's in auto, it's going to automatically put it here for us. Romans 3 verse 2. It's going to put it there for us, as you can see, boom. So as we mentioned Romans 3 verse 2, like I said, this place, see also, it would automatically help us to put everything that is related to that verse right here. And then we can cue all this one as well. Let's say, oh, this thing makes sense. Maybe you like to project it later, you can click on plus, you can cue it. And then as you can see this place, as I'm talking, everything that I'm saying, it is appearing right here in the AI verse pickup. It is searching the whole scripture. How God anointed Jesus Christ of Nazareth, that, as you can see, it's right there for me. That's the book of Acts. How God anointed Jesus Christ of Nazareth, that he went about doing good, for God was with him. He put it there for me, Acts 10 verse 38. That's the verse. And those, as you can see, this is what he's putting on the projector already. So now, because this thing is displaying so fast, right? As pastor is speaking and paraphrasing, he's displaying so fast, as you can see. You might lose some important verse that you want to project. So that's why we made this bank. So this bank, it is banking all the scripture. Everything that the pastor is paraphrasing, it is banking it up to 50. So once it detects any verse right here, once it detects any paraphrase verse, it's going to put it right here automatically. So which means you can come back here to that act that I put the other time, present. You can search for it, and then boom, we can display it on the screen. Yeah, so it's helping you to keep it right here. So which means you will not lose everything that pastor is talking about, right? So you can clear it. So as you can see, our live, our auto is working. Genesis chapter 2 verse 8. That one is working even as pastor is preaching. That one is working because it's in auto. And then our sermon notes as well. That one too is automatically helping us to capture the sermon note as well. And then because it's in auto, right? So let's switch it to assist and let's see what I'm talking about. So we can do Galatians chapter 5 verse 8. As we can see, it doesn't send it on the screen directly because it's in assist. So let's say, oh, pastor, has quoted this verse, I'm being careful so that it doesn't replace whatever that is on the screen. I'm being careful with quoting verses. So Pastor has quoted this verse. If it's an assist, it's going to show right here, then we can click on display. So display send it to the projector now. So that one is assist. So if we call John chapter 3, verse 14, because it's an assist, it's going to show it here for us first. Then we can display it. Right? That one's assist. But I want to show us something beautiful in auto. So as you can see this auto, if I quote any verse right now, it's going to switch this. Let's say pastor is talking about this John, I don't want to quote the verse so that it doesn't leave the screen. This pastor is talking about this verse that's on the screen right now. But he's still focusing, he's still teaching on it. We can lock it. So if we lock it, even with the fact that it's in the auto, it's not going to switch. If I quote any verse right now, Genesis chapter 3, verse 5, it cannot switch. As you can see, it cannot go anywhere because we have locked it. Right? But if we say next verse, it is so smart that he knows that, pastor is talking about this, and the pastor says next verse or previous verse. So basically, that's everything. That is how the console works. So we've covered the Bible, and then so the next video I'm going to cover lyrics, presentation, and then settings. So that now I believe we should know how to use ShommyX Console. So I will see us in the next video.